Welcome to episode 7 of the Auto Intel project. Today we're going to start one of our most important trends as part of our Industry Insider series, and we're going to talk about decarbonization and electrification of the automobile industry. The part one we're going to deal with is the vehicles that we're going to see over the next coming years and decades. This electrification and decarbonization trend is going to be with us for another 10, 20, 30 years and is already, it's already well underway. We're probably at least 3 decades into this trend now to begin with. The reason I'm starting with vehicles is because fundamentally I'm just trying to help you out as a consumer. What are the kinds of cars I'm going to be dealing with? And what I want to do today is decode the alphabet soup you might have heard. BEV, HEV, PHEV. We're going to walk through all those terms. So let's go. This is the first of 2 whiteboards I have on this, and what this is going down in is it's going in sequence from sort of current to more future technologies. And so there's 3 here and there's 3 on the next one, just so you can have a sense of time on how long this is going to take. ICEV, internal combustion electric vehicle. Nobody calls it an ICEV, you just call it a car. And all these sort of newer technologies just seem to be more special cars. And that's most cars today. The other one you want to call attention to is this is my personal forecast on the general trend of prominence of these vehicles. And I think ICEV are going to gradually decrease in prominence over the coming years. What is an ICEV? Well, once again, internal combustion electric vehicle. There's generally an engine of some kind, a mechanical engine, where there's some type of fuel, biofuel, diesel, gasoline, and there's some type of explosion. This explosion leads to kinetic or motion energy, and this eventually gets to the wheels to power your car. There's no real use of electrification to power the car. It's simply some type of explosion of a fuel leading to the propulsion of the vehicle. The car probably still has a battery, and basically all our current cars. You also have an alternator attached to your engine, and this powers your battery for things like your air conditioner, your stereo, things like that. But the battery is not powering the car. Then we move into hybrids, HEVs, hybrid electric vehicle. These have been around for quite a while now. You have the Toyota Prius and Honda Insights have probably been around for pushing 20 years now, coming out in the year 2000. But they're a lot more prominent now. Ram has e-Torque, which is a mild hybrid system. Mercedes has this in a bunch of vehicles. There's a lot of systems now that are blending the flat torque curve of electric propulsion with sort of the dynamicism of internal combustion electric vehicles. And also because, battery supply continues to be an issue, we're not going all the way to batteries super fast, but we are getting the efficiency gains of combining electric and fuel propulsion. Then we get plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. And that's PHEV, the Toyota Prime series, so Prius Prime, RAV4 Prime. Anytime you see Prime from Toyota, it's probably a plug-in. Ford Fusion Energy, the Porsche e-hybrid series, all these tend to be plug-in. Volvo has a bunch. The Chrysler Pacifica is our first plug-in hybrid minivan, so they're starting to get into a whole bunch of segments now. And what a plug-in hybrid means is you can plug it in. So you can plug this car in, and now electricity from the grid is now getting into your car and is contributing to the propulsion of the vehicle. Before we're just a regular hybrid, there's no plug into the system. So basically the extra power in the battery is coming because it's maybe being recaptured for braking, or because the engine, rather than just powering the wheels, is also now powering the battery as well. And then this power can be stored up for later and put back in. Plug-ins also typically tend to have higher range, electric-only range, and hybrids, and many hybrids have no electric-only range at all. We're starting to make this transition where electrification plays a fundamental role in the propulsion of the vehicle, not just your, playing your tunes on the stereo. Let's keep going. Extended range electric vehicle, or EREV, REEV, BEVX, these are all the acronyms for this category, and we've got way too many acronyms because the category is probably going to die out. BMW i3 REX and Chevy Volt, and once again, I don't see a long-term future here. This is batteries continue to propel the wheels, but then this is backed up by a fuel-based mechanism to charge the battery, so you extend the range. The problem with this is it's sort of just this sort of crappy temporary compromise. As we move into battery electric vehicles, the batteries are big enough and sophisticated enough where they can just power the car for a fair amount of distance on their own. And if you're going to put the engine in anyway, you might as well benefit from the car being propelled by gas or diesel or whatever you're using as this additional engine. Why not also power the wheels directly? So this I don't think has a long-term future, but the Chevy Volt and the BMW i3 REX, both have played a key role in progressing things forward and moving us away from just using fuel to power cars. Battery electric vehicle. These are all the rage right now. Tesla, Chevy Volt, Nissan Leaf has been around a long time. Batteries continue to get bigger and they allow the ranges of these cars to extend even farther, and these are going to continue to increase in prominence as well. Ford Mustang Mach-E is another one. And this is once again, you don't have any more fuel powering the car, it's only electricity, so you plug in the car, the battery gets charged, and then you go off for a while. The last one, FCEV, fuel cell electric vehicle. And the two ones notorious here are the Toyota Mirai and some versions of the Honda Clarity. This is trying to actually solve a unique challenge of batteries, where the problem with batteries is getting the metals for batteries is a big problem. And batteries get heavy, so you basically pay an efficiency penalty as your battery gets bigger. What this is saying is we still want to use electricity, but we want to use the fuel as something else, and we're going to use hydrogen. The only real byproduct of hydrogen is just water. Water comes out of the engine. The problem with this is we don't really have an infrastructure network for it yet, and we're catching up with battery. We're not really there with fuel cells, but it does have a long-term opportunity because batteries, you need a whole bunch of nasty metals, but fuel cells that you can get away with a smaller battery, so you need fewer nasty metals in your battery. So there's a review going from top to bottom. We're really moving into this area, and don't sleep on fuel cells just yet. Thank you, and look forward to part 2.